Alright, I should be streaming now.
Yep, we can see you.
I always loved this opening so much.
Still waiting to...
It is great, and I love all the little... I love the opening because there's all the little stuff that's not actually in the game, like all the...
Oh, I'm making sure everything's good.
all the mock-up battles and...
I like that the shark is hopping a feel on Stink Eye Dog.
Chat, see, hear everything fine?
When do you start your timer?
when the game starts.
Mario starts moving.
Oh, okay. I thought that it had already started and there was like a certain like.
Oh no.
No, this is the.
Well, I'm going to be using SDA timing for this because I'm using US version. Alright, I think I'm good to go, right?
Yep. They're saying you can't hear the Skype in the speedrun stream, but that's not necessarily a problem.
Oh, the Skype. Yeah, hold on.
Well, no, that's because we've got a separate screen for the...
Alright, they should be able to hear the Skype now.
Check.
It looks like the Saki's final.
Also, my mic...
Alright.
One, my mic is a little crappy, and two, I'm like sick right now, so my voice is raspy, and... yeah. Apologies if I sound really crappy during my runs.
Oh man, we've gone to a second page. We are already at 48 images.
Nice.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna start. So there weren't any name requests, right?
Oh wait, no, I'm not. Actually, I was wrong.
Alright, so... I didn't find this
here.
out until kind of recently, actually, but the T-Rain thing during JRDQ, Japan Relief Done Quick, was the first organized effort of the Sharks in terms of SDA marathons.
Yep.
So,
that was I
I
accidentally
figure
started
it
that.
is fitting to harken back to those, those times.
And
Awesome.
actually, just for fun, I had put in a donation, $10 donation for that to be the file name anyway just now. So.
The Skype is super low. Okay.
Oh man, get hype.
I've managed to miss every single RPG speedrun ever, so I'm super hyped.
Yeah, I didn't actually get to see the T-Rain speedrun after
Yeah, I had to miss
putting
most of it.
forth, like, more money than I should have toward that donation goal.
Hey, it was all in good fun.
It was.
Thank you, Sedmal, for the support.
Yep, and, we've got...
I did get the world record, but my main competitor in Japan currently has it. So, and I haven't really had the opportunity to do attempts again. Alright.
Well, I didn't pass out some. I went to work.
Okay, yes, and we do have here T-Rain for SMRPG file name, and my donation, which was "This is money for Bowser to kiss Mario. Make it happen, okay?" This is...
So I would be explaining more about the game and stuff, but yeah, my voice is not in the best shape right now, so I probably won't be talking as much as I usually do during marathon runs, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, is there really a huge amount to explain? Or...
Oh, there's lots of little things in this run that are probably worth explaining.
Oh.
Do we know if there's somebody else who's a speedrunner who knows the game who could explain that we could get into the Skype? Like just one of the people who sit in the IRC right now?
I don't think so. Well, I'll explain briefly about timing. So there are two quote-unquote levels of timing. You can get correct timing, which multiplies damage by 1.5, and then perfect timing, which is good, multiplies it by 2. And then it's kind of like the same principle for blocking attacks. A perfect block reduces damage to 0 in all cases for blockable moves, and a correct block will just reduce it by half. That's one of the fundamental aspects of running this game. You want to be doing like perfect timing on like every single move and stuff.
Oh, we have actually just received another donation for $14.20 from Ava Van Voorhees, who says, "Hello to my friend Clotho the Maze. Good luck with your run, buddy. Love Gooby and the Team Horny crew."
Thank you, Gooby. And the Team Horny crew.
Funga!
Fuga. So in case you're wondering why I'm using the English version, well, for one, I wanted to use the T-Rain name, but also I didn't have enough time to kind of re-drill the Dr. Topper's, action, or the question room with the 40 questions. Like, I didn't have enough time to drill that for this marathon. I spent most of my time practicing Link to the Past and Gimmick. So I heard there was an Axum Rangers drawing going to be happening. Is that currently in progress?
I don't think anyone has taken that just yet. It's going to be the next. It's going to be the next thing drawn once someone comes up to be free.
All right.
Wait, there's an Axum Rangers thing on here?
Yeah, it's one of the special ones that I put the red marking on because Kurt Q had specifically asked for it to be drawn during the Super Mario RPG run.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the first 5 minutes or so is just boring cutscene, start of the adventure stuff. And you have to tell Toad you know how to do timed hits already.
Pro speedrun strats. Skip the tutorial.
Yeah.
This is a tip straight from the speedrun master himself.
All right, we also have a $20 donation from Dylan Batonki, who says, "Keep doing the silly Disharky on top of the more serious one." Thank you, Dylan.
Oh, Dylan.
So for people who are curious about what route I will be using, I won't be skipping Pandora in this run because that's a little too risky, and I'm not as practiced on like the stuff you have to do when you skip him. Oh my goodness, of course, right at the start. But I will be doing only one death abuse.
Oh, so you won't be doing that thing where I remember during the last SDA thing I saw there like there was a part with 2 invincibility stars where several deaths were used.
Well, I've been doing that only once. I used to do it, everyone used to do it twice, the death abuse at Land's End. But we decided to cut out one of the death abuses because it's a lot faster to do only one.
Can you explain how the whole jump thing works? Because isn't there like some sort of mechanic where it does more damage the more you use it over the game?
Can I explain the what mechanic?
Jump, just
Oh,
the,
right. So jump gains power every time you use it. Well, specifically every 2 times you use it. The jump power increases by 1 permanently for your playthrough every time you use it twice.
that's pretty cool.
So it's used a lot in the early game because it's by far the most powerful attack available most of the time.
Cool.
And does this power increase carry over to super and ultra jump, or?
No, it doesn't.
Do the other 2 jumps also gain power like that?
No, they don't. They're just set damage.
Okay.
I mean, depending on how many jumps you do.
The original jump ultimately does become stronger than the later ones.
Well, I guess it could, but you'd have to use it a lot, and it would also... Well, I mean, they'd all be subject to the same cap eventually, I guess, so yeah.
Did this
So I'll be
game just
getting
label...
a bunch of frog coins during the run, which are very critical for getting the experience booster, which makes sure you're at, good levels for the later bosses. And I also pick up an Energizer and a Sleepy Bomb.
Does this game label pants as an accessory? Or is
Yeah.
that
Oh, no,
armor?
it's
armor.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, because like, it implies that... Oh, it's just kind of strange.
They're armor for Mallow, who really only wears pants.
Right.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Although
I was under the
everyone...
impression that Mario only wears pants.
No, everyone can wear work pants, though. Which you get in...
Work pants are actually the armor that you want to be using the entire rest of the game after you get them. So it's convenient that everyone
for the attack boost, I assume.
Right. Yeah, it actually gives you attack and magic attack boost, and it gives you a boost in pretty much like every stat except for HP. It even boosts your speed, so it's like an amazing item. Especially when you compare to you get those in Moleville, and you compare them to I think the Mega Shirt or something. Like you get another armor at that time that costs the same but is 10 times worse. And it's like, why would you ever buy that over the work pants? Oh, 6 Cypher sounds fine. Thanks, Kristen. Shout out to Shubil. So there are a handful of cutscenes that require Mario to jump during them, where you have to press B. And in a lot of speedruns I've done this in the past, I would be looking at chat while just mashing A during cutscenes, and then Mario would be sitting there for 10 seconds while they wait for him to jump. That's one of the more annoying parts of this game, I think.
Yeah, you
Can't just autopilot some of the cutscenes.
Yeah, you're like, what? Why is this not advancing? Oh, that's right. I'm Mario.
Yeah.
I'm Mario. This is how I talk to people.
There you go, Rubber Snake. It's a Shark Metabot.
So there's actually a funny thing about the Kiro Kiro hidden chest in this room. There's a very small probability that you can miss it, even though you jump from the flower in the right direction, depending on the chest's oscillation. If it's at the very height of its oscillation when you reach it, then you'll miss it. And it's like, I don't know. Whenever it happens in attempts for me, it's like the worst thing. I was a little too slow there with that chest jump. If I had been a bit faster, I would have been able to grab that chest, which has a flower, and I would have been able to skip a 4-second flower otherwise in Rose Way. But it's really precise, so.
I assume you have like a specific number of flowers that you need worked out.
Yeah, I get specific flowers throughout the game. What's good is that when you get to Booster Hill and you do that mini game, then you can get like all the flowers you need for the rest of the game as long as you perform well. So. So Krako is an asshole, and if he bombs a lot, there's nothing you can do. Bombs are unblockable, of course.
Yeah, because they're like a magic attack, basically.
Well, they're not really a magic attack.
They're a special
they
attack.
Take the defense stat when calculating damage. It's just that some physical attacks are still unblockable.
Yeah, that's what I
one of the
mean.
names.
It's a special attack in that it's
Yeah, it's like a special move. I don't know.
Yeah, like a lot of the more magic-y ones, like Diamond Saw or whatever.
All magic is unblockable, so there's that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, that was good Croco luck. I got one bomb, but it shouldn't matter now. Even if he bombs Mal, it doesn't matter, so. Alright, coming up is probably the highlight trick of this game when doing a speed run. And I'm going to save it for it because if I screw it up, then I'd have to fight Mac, which takes like 4 minutes, in compared to just skipping him. So we'll see what happens.
Max skip is pretty hype.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And that's something that's like the only trigger zone that's in the game that's like short enough to bypass, right?
Actually, there's one more that we know, the Hammer Bros, but they made it so that even if you try and exit the screen, you can't do it unless you've beaten the Hammer Brothers. So you can't actually advance, even though you can get past the Hammer Brothers, even the Hammer Bro on the overworld. Actually. Alright. I haven't missed this in a marathon yet. We'll see if I can continue my streak. I got it. Donate cough drops for me, please. So yeah, what happens if you miss that is that when Mario tries to land on that Shyster's head, he is automatically forced to jump off, and then the Mac cutscene starts, and then the battle starts. But if you successfully jump over that big barrier, that I had jumped over off that one Shyster's head, you can go talk to Chancellor, which, even if you do the Mac fight normally, talking to Chancellor is the cue to advance the game, and it tells the game that, you know, the Mac fight is over.
Yeah. You're talking to the Chancellor, so you must have fought Mac.
Right, right. Also, I forgot to mention this, but shoutouts to Abo for getting the max skip in like 3 tries. It's the quickest I've heard of anyone doing it.
Okay, so I guess I'm doing the Axum Rangers thing now.
Yeah, that's the next one.
What is it? Just draw the Axum Rangers?
I'll put the text in here for you.
Okay.
Just want to make sure someone got that started while we were still on this run.
What is Untitled Star at Octree project valued at?
$15.
Ah.
Nice, nice. This is a really random fight, and this second turn of his is really critical because it'll basically decide if Mario can kill him the next turn or not. But that was good luck.
Nice.
Yeah, isn't that fight actually you do a specific number of jumps so that the jumps you use on him are exactly enough to kill him?
Yeah, he has 300 HP, and the amount of jumps that I did earlier in the game, is it, you know, enough to kill him with 300.
That's 99, 99, 102.
Yeah. So basically, every fight in the first half of the game has a random element to it, wherein the boss can screw you over if they use like an attack on a certain turn you don't want to use, or use too many of one attack. Balom's randomness is, on this attack he's going to do, if he uses Sleep Sauce on anyone, then the battle takes longer than it should. It's a 1/3 chance. Alright, good luck.
Okay, we have a request from Lunar, who gave a $10 donation and requests a Shark Monster Hunter. Thanks and enjoy.
Sweet.
Thank you, Crystal.
Is that like a shark that is a
Yeah.
character from Monster Hunter, right?
I assume that means a shark. I assume they mean a hunter from Monster Hunter who's an anthropomorphic shark and not like a shark monster from Monster Hunter.
Dude, why anthropomorphic? Why not just a shark?
Just a shark wearing Rathian armor.
I'm not sure how they would wear the armor and carry the
Dude,
giant,
that's because you're not thinking shark dimensionally.
the Borogon.
Okay. Obviously they would wear it because the blacksmith would build it for him.
Yeah, it'd be fitted for the shark.
He could be using the shark attack spear and lance and everything.
Yeah, it'd just be himself.
Alright, and that has got that shuffled into the request list.
What is going on with Dasaki's costume?
It's the shark. It's the Saki in a latex shark suit.
Oh, okay.
The reason I'm giving Mallow POW here, I gave him POW for level 3 and level 4. The reason is that he'll do more damage to Croco 2 and Punchinello, which, depending on the luck with the weapon randomizers I get, could be the difference in saving an attack compared to giving Mallow special for those level ups.
Oh, the person who requested the Shark Monster Hunter says the details are left up to the artist. So,
Well, alright then.
So think shark dimensionally.
Ah, the river.
And don't you like specifically miss one coin at the river ride? Yeah, this part.
I'm going to skip the 4th coin of every batch of 4 coins here, except the ones that I'd have to get because you jump over a fish. And by doing that and doing this set pattern in the waterfall segment that I do every time, you will guaranteed to be you're guaranteed to get 60 coins.
So there's
which
no...
skips a text box.
Yeah, the stuff
in
about
the,
him holding your extras.
Oh, Kurt Q. Peaches got 220 in it. 222, I think. He got some of the lamest avalanche luck I've ever seen.
So there's a small piece of tech in this game that's basically camera manipulation, which is, not an uncommon thing in speedruns, but for this game, basically when a cutscene automates Mario's movement to a certain spot and Mario's walking speed is slower, Mario's walking speed when the game is automating his movement is slower than his normal running speed, then you want to hit the cutscene barrier at like a spot where the camera has the least movement has the least movement to make. I mean, I don't think I explained it perfectly right there, but that's the basic gist of it. So I do that here. I walked a little to the right at the start of the screen, and I do it several more times throughout the run.
So what you're saying is you're doing this to cut down on the amount of time that Mario has spent moving slower than normal.
That's right, yeah. It's only a few frames on the screen, but it saves a little more time in some other places.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a speed run where you're measuring fractions of seconds, so I'm sure it's all important.
Man, Crystal, I'm just looking at IRC right now, and I see like 10 channels flashing. I need to get rid of all this flashing.
It's actually, Quest 64 actually came before L-Tail, so I mean... Quest 64 isn't exactly hard to begin with.
Quest 64 is pretty hard if you try to speedrun it.
Oh, well, okay, if you're speedrunning it, yeah, but I mean...
Most things are hard when you're speedrunning it.
I don't know, some games are easier when you speedrun them.
Space
True.
World.
Well, what games?
Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter.
Oh, well, I
know nothing about that game. So.
That's a game that is based entirely around, like, spending as little time doing anything as possible.
I'm actually not sure how the time mechanics work in Dragon Quarter.
You have a percentage that is constantly going up, and it goes up more when you use like super powerful moves. But basically, if you If you max it out, you lose.
Basically, the easiest way to play the game is to run past enemies and then use your super-powered moves to chew up your percentage to kill bosses.
Yeah.
And the speedrun is budgeting the proper amount of use of super-powered moves so that you reach the very final boss fight and finish it with 99.99%.
That's
Nice.
that's right. Because at the very end of the game, don't they like force you to max it out anyway?
Yeah, you're forced to max it out in the final battle. So if you enter it at 99.99%, you finish it instantly.
That was a fun game. I should pick it up again sometime, but then I have to hook my PS2 back up, and I've gotten so used to using my Wii for everything.
This is the flower I would skip if I had gotten that that flower chest off the chest jump in Bandit's Way. And yeah, it's about 4 seconds. Oh, please.
And of course, I should replay Super Mario RPG sometime. I take it slow and try to like max everything out, because that's.
I used to be that way as a kid, and then now I don't care about that at all.
I don't know. I like all the little stuff in Mario RPG. Like I like how you can if you go into debt at the Merrymore Inn, you can work as a bellhop and like they'll give you get
Yeah.
flower boxes and stuff as tips.
Oh no, well for Mario RPG, I would say it's one of the very best games out there for like discovering little things that developers put in there that most people won't find. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you probably don't know about that like you can trigger if you do certain things.
Like Link and Samus.
Like one example is there's a Shy Guy on a Lagotrope. I think well there are 3 in Rose Warrior where I just came from. And if you fight the Shy Guy 5 times, then the Lagotrope it won't spawn again, and the Lagotrope will throw a mushroom and it'll like slide along the ground like you know,
yeah, I
a
remember.
normal Mario mushroom.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. That's
Yeah. You might have noticed I just jumped through the chest right there. That's a glitch that I have no idea why it happens, and it just happens sometimes. I think it has to do with probably some kind of very specific thing with the chest's oscillation. Like in Booster Tower, that chest underneath the goodie bag chest, when you grab the goodie bag, if you jump at a very specific time, you'll drop straight through that chest underneath the goodie bag chest.
huh.
I mean, it's not practical at all for,
Actually,
it just happened randomly.
Actually, yeah, I think I've had that happen to me before, and I don't know why. I assume it was like, oh, I got an item, and it's taking me back down to the floor.
Yeah. Though sadly, for people who follow Mario RPG speedrunning a little bit, Oxwis, who has made all the more recent Mario RPG any percent tool-assisted runs, he's working on a 100% task, and he said that since the 100% task is going to get every chest that's able to be collected, he tried doing that glitch where you fall through that chest in Booster Tower, but you have to wait more frames than it's worth to get the right frame where you can drop through, unfortunately. That would have been a cool addition, though.
Yeah, that's lasting all the way until Monday. Okay. Yep, thank you. Later.
People are talking about Oxus's Diddy Kong Racing, which is funny because that was like the first Oxus's Diddy Kong Racing at Japan Relief Done Quick was like the first game that we actually got a bunch of the people from the site we go to watch.
Oh, is that so? That's cool.
Yeah. It was the same marathon where it was the Mario RPG that everyone just started throwing money at.
Yeah. I turned the Skype volume up a little bit more, by the way, to tell me if that it should be better, because It was low, in my headphones, so I imagine it was low on stream. That was a hard pattern. That was like the hardest pattern you can get, so it's pretty cool. That saves a little bit of time over getting a slightly slower frog coin. I believe that also saves a tiny bit of time if you're lucky enough to have the Wiggler running in front of you, right there. Jumping on him increases your speed a bit. Though that might be just my imagination, since the any percent task does it on another enemy in Land's End. It doesn't on one of the armored people. Bowyer is probably my favorite fight in the game. I like the command cancel mechanic, and I like Bowyer himself a lot. Like when I hear the Arms boss music, Bowyer is probably the boss that I associate it with the most. Jumping on Wiggler 10 times is not the hardest thing in the run. Hardest thing in the run is 200 jumps on Smithy Tank Hit, which, yes, I will be doing, or will be attempting to do in this run. So the Bowyer fight has some luck too. I think he can, if he does a very specific sequence of things during the A-lock phase, if he bolts either Mario or Mallow and then bolts one of them again, then that'll kind of fuck up the fight. And if he damages Geno during the X-lock phase, that'll screw up the fight as well. I mean, not like terribly, but it'll add turns or whatever.
All right, as we've hit the next hour, I'll go ahead and give out the next prize, which goes to the Humble Indie Bundle Mojam, which goes to Cashew, who wins the Mojam Bundle. The prize for next hour will be a stainless steel water bottle, which we may have a picture of.
Oh yeah, give me 1 second and I will have it here.
Okay, cool. Our limited window donation prize is the Predator or Prey t-shirt. And the bidding war prize is a hammerhead shark finger puppet, and I don't believe anyone has given an especially large donation since the bidding for that started. So, yeah, I think the largest donation in that time is $20. So that will be given out in about a day.
And but yeah, that's currently anyone's too.
Yeah.
You can run at.
On our speedrun stream, we have Cypher playing Super Mario RPG. On our art streams, we have Mr. Q, Seal, Roddle, who is going to be spelled by Lagotrope soon, and Lucid. And again, since it's the top of the hour, I'm just going to remind you again, there's a link at the top for a limited edition Sea Wizard t-shirt, which costs $12. And you can also, if you buy anything else from the Shark Savers store that isn't the t-shirt and spend more than $50, we have a discount code SharkStream, which will give you 10% off on your order.
There we go. That's good.
Now, him bolting Mario there isn't... I mean, it's okay because Gino can still kill, end the fight like that, but anyone dying adds a falling down to death position animation, which, adds like half a second or so. So... probably more than half a second. Probably around a full second. I haven't timed specific things in this game, really.
I never could figure out what the Axum Rangers were meant to be, because, I mean, the entire thing is all of Smithy's forces are basically animate weapons, but...
Well, they're based on axes, of course,
yeah,
but
they
I don't know what they
giant
actually... Yeah, I don't know
axe.
what they actually are. They're kind of just like little cylindrical metal things.
Yeah. But they're not. They must not be robots though, because there's robot versions of them later. Unless they're all robots, I guess.
I think they're all robots. I think the ones that you see later in the game are
yeah, they are
mass-produced versions. I'm not sure how spoilers to go, but
I think enough time has passed.
True.
So here in Mobile, I'm going to get work pants, and pretty much everyone is going to wear them for the rest of the game, except when someone's wearing the super suit later on. Or when I'm, death abusing. They're the only armor besides the super suit that adds attack and magic attack.
Mobile.
Excuse me. Being this is an RPG, there is a bunch of downtime for cutscenes and stuff, but it's still pretty action-packed, given that every run, well, when I'm about to do a run, I swear to myself that I won't run into any walls or any corners, but I always run into like at least a dozen. So this is one of the worst fights in the game, luck-wise, because Croco 2, okay, that was really good luck. He has a 66% chance of using a bomb in this fight, and only a 33% chance of using his normal attack. And the bomb instantly kills both Mario and Mallow. The reason I defend there is for that exact reason. You can still end the first phase, assuming you don't have a random miss happen, which I'll go into in a little bit. Assuming you don't have a random miss happen, then you can end the first phase after this turn normally. But Croco 2 also has a % chance for a normal attack to randomly miss for every normal attack that you do. Which a number of other bosses in this game have, but it's especially shitty for this boss because of, you know, the bomb randomness on top of that. And then to top it off, he has a 25% chance, oh cool, 25% chance of dropping a flower box after this fight, which is enormously helpful for getting more bombs at Seaside. So this is like, when you consider everything, this is like the most random boss in the game, probably. Yeah, Bunt is probably second after Croco 2. Might even be more random, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't get the flower box. I do an extra jump there because the bomb can double back toward the wall and, you know, hit you. And it's pretty hard to react to that in time. Oh, please.
Come to
From
think of
level
it,
5
Super Mario-
onward, I give Mallow special the entire game. I give Gino HP there instead of attack, which is what I generally give him, so that he'll survive Yaradobic's Water Blast, which is scripted to happen at the start of the battle. Now, about using jump versus using the normal Punch Glove attack. Punch Glove has a very slightly faster animation, but I like to have jump powered up enough for the bunt fight. Depending on if sandstorms are in play, and just, you know, making sure that bunt dies in 2 turns optimally. The raspberry portion of the fight, I mean. But, since I fought Pandorite, which gives me 3 extra uses of jump compared to not fighting him, I will use Punch Glove for the rest of the battle from here on out. Punch Glove generally also does a little less damage, but it doesn't really matter for Punchinella. Punchinella has a 1 in 8 chance every turn to use Sandstorm, and he has just enough FP to use it once. If he tries to use it more than once, then it'll say F monster is out of FP. And I've had fights where he's tried to use it like 4 times, and it's like, can you please stop? You can't use it anymore anyway. It's really annoying too because the monster is out of FP message is like, it stays on the screen for a really long time, like I think 3 to 4 seconds, like even after the text is finished, you know, drawing. So that's shitty when that happens. Yeah, the perfect timing for yeah, Pierce, which is what the blue bandana sharks in the Johnny battle sometimes use. It's actually the same amount of frames in terms of like the window for perfect blocking that everything else is, but the window occurs with pretty much no clear-cut visual cue and no audio cue. Like, the window stops right before the sound effect for skewer happens. So it's probably the hardest thing to block that you'll encounter in a speedrun. So I see we're getting Hammered Mantis in here. Good shit.
Hey, Jacket, check the audio again.
Oh, sure thing, sure thing. Right. Should be fixed now, because yeah, unfortunately I can't be listening to the stream myself.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, just ask me.
Well, Crystal, I do kill the red bandana sharks over here. They just whine at you after the battle. Yes, to anyone who didn't know, there is a horn on the minecart during this section.
Oh yeah.
But spamming it throughout
shit.
the entire thing generally messes up my concentration. So
XSplit crashed, I'm bringing it back up.
I missed that last jump. That's a pretty precise jump there because you fall off the track like almost immediately after you land. That's okay though. Should still get sub 2 minutes, assuming I don't fuck up in this section. Oh, dang.
Okay, we should be back.
Just booting up, and yep, we are back.
Missed missed it by like half a second. That's okay. My record for that is like 156 something maybe. I don't know what the non-assisted record for that is though. It's probably like 156. I haven't seen any like time below that anywhere. What's our current donation total, by the way? I haven't really looked at it in a while.
Well, mine says $2,689.09, but
That's behind. We are currently at $2,774.29. Also, we have a new donation, which probably went through a little while ago, and I was just asleep at the wheel here, for $15 from Austin Grimsman, who says, anthropomorphic shark lady riding a regular shark into battle. P.S. Mr. Q, please stop redrawing the same bits of shading over and over again. Believe in yourself, finish the picture, and move on.
Hi, Tess.
Ah, all right, Tess. I get it. I just can't. All right. I don't know, idiot dog.
Did I ever use my $15 for anything in the end?
You have not used your $15 for anything, and you can wait as long as you need to specify that. Like one of the donation, or the thing that Octory is drawing next, the donation for that was actually a pre-donation, and he didn't figure out what he wanted drawn until earlier today.
yeah.
So there's no rush if you don't want there to be. But if you come up with something earlier than that, obviously that'd be ideal because you do want to try to get it started before the end of the stream. But
No, I'll wait specifically 5 minutes for the end of the stream and I'll be like, well, I gave an idea. It doesn't matter. Nah, that'd be stupid.
yeah, it would just not get drawn if you waited that long.
I know.
Yeah, I think the booster fight is... I actually have done the booster fight on stream before, but I don't think Withheld saw it. I remember getting the Loco Express, and it was a mind-blowing experience. That room is nerve-wracking because, I'm sure everyone who's played this game knows of the blue fireballs that pop out of the ground. They're in specific tiles of the ground, and yeah, if you run into one of the tiles, then you get into a fight that you can't run from. So you have to kill the two guys.
Oh, so they're at specific spots then.
Right, there are specific blue tiles on the ground.
I always assumed it was based on how long I spent walking around, so I try to jump around.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, that would never work.
Oh my gosh. So this is the chest that you can drop through randomly. I've had it happen to me like maybe 3 times. I don't know.
I think Booster's Tower is my favorite part of the game. I don't know
Yeah, it's
why.
pretty good. It has great music, and I think both tracks for Booster Tower are great.
Yeah.
My favorite area for sure, though, is the sunken ship.
Oh, yeah, that too. I forgot about that for a second. So how could I forget that in this stream? Yeah, the sunken ship is also really cool, and I actually like the sunken ship's music the best in the entire game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's really good, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite track. Yeah, I just love the general atmosphere of the sunken ship, and it is big, but it has some of the cooler platforming tricks. I would probably agree with that, Kirk Q. I mean, besides, well, you can cheese out Cool X, obviously. But, yeah, the solo Johnny fight is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, the thing about having Mario showing through the curtain is that it works when Mario is on the right side of a curtain, but on the left side, the hitbox for, like, you know, having him be revealed is, like, a lot. It's basically at the very edge of the curtain compared to on the right side of the curtain. Like, half of Mario's face can be sticking out, and you still won't be detected. Just another one of those things that, you know, programmers skimped on in hit detection in, you know, 8 and 16-bit games. Thank you, Gooby. Oh boy. So this is another really random fight, actually. The main thing is that Terrorize has a chance of missing every time you use it. So if it misses Knife Guy in particular, then this fight takes a lot longer. Missing Great Guy is also bad, but not as bad. So, yeah, I'm going to lose a little time compared to the optimal fight here. And then the second main random aspect of this fight is that Great Guy has a 33% chance of using a sleep move. And, yeah, that's kind of devastating. Echo Finder doesn't really matter unless it's used on Mario. And it only matters for Mario when it's used on the first turn that they, you know, they use attacks. use sleep moves on people that are already asleep. It's just like pouring salt into the wound, you know? Wow. I hope he dies here. He might not, though. Yeah, okay. I used to actually think there was a chance that you could not get the flower jar drop from that fight, but it turns out that that only happened in, I think, 1 or 2 of my very early speedruns of this, when I was buying more items from Mushroom Kingdom. And if your item list is full when you finish any fight that has an item drop, then it'll automatically not give you the drop. Oxus told me that sort of recently. This phase with 2 barrels coming out is definitely the worst part of this thing. Is precisely because what happened there. You see the barrel on the far right coming out the soonest, and when the 2 barrels that come out are the left and middle, then you kind of get screwed over because it's harder to react to the middle and left ones. This is going pretty swimmingly, though. You generally want to get at least 8 flowers here. Anything else is, I mean, anything more is kind of just like icing. Sometimes their hitboxes do screw you over, though, and it really didn't look like you were going to get hit, but you did. I think I got 13 there, maybe, which is pretty good. Oh, maybe 14. Let's see. What the what? What happened there? Alright, that's one of those I've never seen that before moments.
Oh.
You saw it live, folks.
What the?
I was waiting for one of those.
Yeah, I guess he's usually gone by this.
What was that?
I have no idea what that was.
Quick question. Do you aim for a specific number of flower points during that segment, or is it just a happy bonus?
Frog coins? Wait, what
Oh,
were you
is it
asking?
frog coins? Oh.
I get 26 frog coins, I think, or maybe 25. I get enough for the experience booster, 1 energizer, and 1 sleepy bomb, which has 25.
Okay then.
It actually is faster here to exit the room and then re-enter, because the dialogue that Bowser has when you talk to the door is, or no, I mean, you know, Booster talks from inside and then Bowser talks, I think, and it's longer than exiting and re-entering and Bowser's dialogue when you re-enter. Oh, what's up, Josh? Good to see you here. The run is going decently well. I've had, I think, 1 or 2 bad luck bosses and, you know, a few silly mistakes, but nothing major. No, come on. Alright, that one thing was kind of shitty, but decent otherwise. There's a funny thing with the stairs here. When you talk to Booster, sometimes Mario spends significantly more time, like, walking on the stairs and getting to his position there than if you do it optimally, he spends, like, half the time or something. And I think it's depending on, well, the specific way that you handle that sequence of events in a speedrun. It's depending on, like, how high up you are when you talk to Booster. So, like, you have less time spent, like, on the stairs, and you kind of go to your spot almost immediately. But I don't really get that often. Anyway, welcome to either, well, probably the most random fight, but maybe the second most after Croco 2, depending on how you look at it. But, yeah, this fight can go drastically wrong if you get really, really shitty luck.
Yeah, the sense I got from the previous speedrun was that this was the big fight to be worried
Yeah, this
about.
is like the big luck point.
Sorry, Jacket. It looks like you didn't get your Bowser kiss.
I mean, this fight's so bad that I use a red essence on Mario here, and I'm not going to be using a red essence anywhere else in the game. I might get one for safety for Star Dragon or Smithy. I'll probably get the safety one in Land's End, but normally I would only use one in this battle, and that's it. And to emphasize that point, a red essence sells for 200 coins, which is potentially, you know, an extra firebomb or 2 fright bombs at Seaside. But I mean, the chance of Mario surviving surviving the candles phase without red essence is so small that I take the bomb's loss for consistency's sake. Okay. The good thing about lullabies in this fight is that if people are have fear status, they can't be put to sleep. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I am Gooby. I'm pretty sure. I think everyone who's drawing is.
Yes.
I would be really impressed if someone was doing drawings on the stream with, like, their mouse. Also, Gino's dead.
Lonely World could do it if he was doing this, but he was busy this weekend.
I'm pretty sure at least some of the people streaming right now have had experience drawing with a mouse at the very least.
I've drawn with a mouse.
I know I can't do it.
I would say that fight was average luck, maybe a bit above average, but they didn't get sandstormed again after that first one, so Bowser got out of fear during the raspberry phase on the second turn, which was very helpful, even though Gino died. So that was okay.
Yeah, who cares about Gino? No, I'm kidding.
I don't care about Gino.
Okay. All I'm saying is Bowser and Mario, bros for life.
I'm probably the only person who liked Mallow.
I did when I was a kid.
Even as a child, I went Mario, Bowser, Peach
yeah.
for my
Well, yeah, I mean, that was
party.
ultimately my final team, but...
Yeah.
Who were the?
Same
Yeah,
here.
who were?
I don't remember what my final team was when I played through this the first time. I think I was in that mode I was in as a kid where I tried to like use everything equally. Like when I played, like I don't know, games that let you raise stats in an uneven manner. I tried to always raise them like evenly and stuff. Like actually for this game, I used to give them like, you know, I just used to distribute bonuses. I didn't like pack on all one bonus on one character and stuff.
And yeah, Lawyer Dog has it right. Mario, Bowser, Jonathan Jones, Ultimate Team.
Jonathan Jones, Jonathan Jones, Jonathan Jones, Ultimator.
Okay, Mallow could read minds if he wasn't busy like crying and making it rain because you tripped.
Some people like it when people make it rain, okay?
Yeah, but those people are usually strippers.
Well, and Mallow's not making it rain for their enjoyment. He's making it rain because he's crying everywhere.
He's making it rain so everyone else will be miserable like he is.
Yeah. Such a
Mallow
downer.
being miserable is for my enjoyment.
Nice tagline there.
Make it rain on the sharks.
By the way, if you wanted to take a break to grab a snack or go to the bathroom or whatever, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, this is a
It's really long.
cutscene.
It's the longest cutscene in the game.
Time to grab a drink.
Yeah, this is the part of the game where you bring everyone else up to speed on everything that has happened so far in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a new donation here for $15. Hey, could I get a drawing of Batman chilling with a shark? Thanks. I think Batman actually has a guy he fights who's a shark.
There's a guy that is named...
Isn't it like
Okay, there's two.
Mr.
There's two,
White or
right?
something?
No, there's Great White, who is a mobster who is in a gang of three guys that all have stupid powers like that. He's not really a shark. He's just a dude that has sharp teeth.
So didn't he have sharp teeth and then his skin got bleached and like he got gills cut into his neck?
Yeah, I don't know about the gills, but I know he's got super white skin. The other guy is King Shark. That's a general DC Comics villain. Well, I say villain. He's one of the guys in the Suicide Squad / Secret Six.
He's one of the goofy, incompetent villains.
No, he's one of the villains that's more of an anti-hero because he's in the Suicide Squad / Secret Six.
Right, but aren't those usually guys who used to be like jokes?
No, it's people like Bane.
I don't know, I'm not big into comics, so I'm just getting pointless places pretty much. But so is King Shark a shark?
King Shark is an actual shark. Before the reboot, he was a great white. After the reboot, he's a hammerhead. Because somebody that's an executive at DC likes hammerheads. That's pretty much 90% of the changes of the DC reboot is because somebody upstairs wanted it to happen.
It's because somebody upstairs has good taste.
There you go, yeah.
This is another spot where you can do some minor camera manipulation. If you reach that spot where you kind of like, go to that point in front of Peach, in different locations the camera will be far from this spot right here where it pans to. And the camera moves slower than Mario's running animation. Though sometimes the camera moves faster than Mario's animation, so it all depends on the cutscene in question.
Yes, what is it? Star Hill is where you are, right? That's the name of it?
That's right.
The most anticlimactic of all the, stars.
I would say that developers wanted to include this idea about Mario being able to read various Mushroom Kingdom people's wishes.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good...
And they kind of just invented a place for it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
maybe it was an afterthought.
I mean, I love that. I love, when you get to, like, Luigi's wish and everything. Like, those are all great. It's just that, after all that, you just sort of go and pick up the star. And then
right, yeah, I definitely remember, like, when I was a kid being like, is this, like, some secret, or not secret, but is this, like, an important part of the game? It's like a star place. What's going on here? Oh, there's a star sitting right there. There was no boss? What the hell?
Yeah, is someone gonna take this away from me?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do love this part of the game in general, because again, I love the wishes, and I love Seaside Town, because there's a lot of stuff to do there. If you're not speedrunning. You got, like, you can do beetle catching and mushroom hunting.
Yeah, the beetle catching thing was definitely one of my favorite parts of this game as a kid.
Okay,
like,
I'm
the
sorry.
anticipation for the golden beetle, and then, like, that window of time where it was on screen and I was, like, really struggling to get it,
Yeah, no,
and then
you're
I
right.
didn't get it, and I was like, no!
Yeah, you're like, oh no, I gotta get it. It's a frog coin.
The Great White is actually a different villain than what I was thinking of. I was thinking of the Shark, who's a member of the Terrible Trio. The Shark, the Fox, and the Vulture.
And he's the one who's like an accountant or something, right? And I know he's got sharp teeth, and he got into an accident, his skin got bleached white, and then I think Killer Croc, like, cut gills into his neck because he's an asshole.
That sounds about right. The Great White is someone else that appears in the Arkham comics. Great White Shark. He might be an alternate universe version of this guy.
Okay, we have a new donation for $66 from Garrett Bemis, I think that's... anyway, it needs to be the darkest, brutalest, most black metalist shark from the deepest, darkest, most brutal part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench. There are like 5 E's there, so thank you, Garrett, for $66. And we are now at $2,855.29.
Just remember, I don't actually go here. Because I got the Wiggler Frog coin. That's the one it replaces.
Okay, there's apparently 3 different DC Comics characters named the Shark, not including the Great White Shark or King Shark.
That sounds not entirely surprising for comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah, people just don't collaborate, and so when they want to make a shark-themed villain, and they don't feel like, being original, they just kind of do that.
Yeah, or that, and yeah, or it could be like, maybe there's like a time gap between the two characters and they didn't really bother reading for the one issue some minor villain with a shark theme was in. So,
it seems like each of them has a different version. Like there's the Shark from the Green Lantern stories with Hal Jordan. Okay, hang on. Let me.
So what just happened there is that when you hit a chest, there's like a random chance that it'll scroll 2 letters instead of 1. And we don't really know why that happens, but it just does. And yeah, it sucks. There's nothing you can do about it, really.
Hey, Jacket.
Yeah.
There's since the $66 thing is in there. Right. Well, actually, I guess Lago's going to be back, so maybe we can wait for him since it looks like he's done with what he was working on. For the ticker thing.
All right. Yeah, I'll get that updated.
Okay. There's a $66 thing and a $20 thing well above the rest of the requests. So.
Right. We've got Grim Dark and
Grim Shark, I think you mean.
Yes. Why would you say that? Yeah, we've got that, and then. Wait, do we have a new $20 thing, or?
There are 2 different Desharkies.
I thought the second Desharky was part of the initial picture.
No, it was somebody else requested that Seal do a silly Desharky, which was the one he was working on, and so I said that was the one that's in progress, and then that leaves the more quote serious Desharky as not having been done yet. And there
Oh,
are $20.
okay. Keep doing the silly one on. I assumed that it was like the serious one was halfway done and he'd gone off and done a little crazy doodle on the side.
Yeah, but there are $20 on each of those. So, but the silly one is in progress. So.
FYI, that battle I got into, you have, I think, a 2-frame window to jump over that guy, and it's definitely one of the hardest things that you can do in a speedrun of this. My main competitor in Japan actually, I haven't watched his most recent run, but he still doesn't do that trick, so that goes to show how hard it is.
Alright, let's see.
Oh yeah, shoutouts to sharks. There are sharks on screen.
Oh man, sharks.
Yeah, sharks.
Oh man.
What other games in this marathon have sharks in them?
Zelda Ocarina of Time had one.
Yeah, there was one in Ocarina of Time.
There's one in Mario 64, although I don't think we saw it.
Alright, I'm gonna dim my monitor for the super jumps here.
like that Bowser was originally flipping off the camera and they had to censor that for the American release.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jonathan
That's-
Jones, that swagger. I'm gonna full screen this.
There you go, Crystal.
Oh, Jacket.
Yeah.
The audio has gone spotty again.
Alright, 1 second, let me just update the title scroll. Okay, you should be good.
Actually, Crip, he blocked 2 pierces.
This is amazing.
It's classy.
It is.
Oh wow. Nicely done.
Thank you.
It's so erotic.
That was incredible, really.
I did it, Josh. I would say that there are things in this run that are harder to do consistently than super jumps, but that's always, like, it always has a special kind of nerve-wracking for me when that comes up. Right, okay.
Man. This is definitely the best way to interpret the latex shark bodysuit.
Yes.
Also, Jay Jazz, I don't think anyone replied to you in chat, but the game does automatically stop you at 100. You can't do any more than that. The reason why fright bombs are used in this battle is that they basically do damage the fastest for your money. Like, if you wanted to use all fire bombs here, fire bombs would only do an extra 60 damage for, I think, 100 more coins. So it's pretty much just not worth it in terms of money. Also, this was the best possible fight you could have, because Peach got to use Fright Bomb during the third turn, which means that I skipped the attacks from the clones during that turn they would have had. And no one died, and I got like 4 or 5 freebies, so yeah, that was amazing fun.
Okay, we have 2 new donations. One from Samantha Howell, who says, adding on to previous donation, I'm not too sure if it was finished or not, the male tiefling warlock, it is finished, and this is $10 for the sharks. Also, Ellis Watson says, the marathon is awesome, keep it up. I really don't want this to finish. All the drawings so far have been awesome. The Ape Escape Pizza one is now my desktop background. There's also a picture request. I call this one Sophisticated Handyman. Basically, I wish to address a drawing of a handyman from Roller Coaster Tycoon in a classic armchair portrait like the following picture. Don't forget the fine details like a smoking pipe and broomstick. So thank you to those 2.
As far as the Tiefling Warlock goes, it has been started.
Yeah, that is underway.
Elkins started it. And then he had to go off stream. I don't know if he's working on it when he's offline.
I think he's sleeping, but he'll be working on it when he returns to the stream.
He's gonna be back
around midnight, right?
Around midnight, yeah, I think.
Eastern Standard Time.
Oh no, he's not actually coming back until I go back off, so not until 5 a.m.
Oh, you're going until 5?
I mean, if he comes back early, I might end up taking a break. And if he comes back early and wants to start streaming early.
Oh, man.
Also, the next hour has come by, so I will, just a moment, award a prize, which will...
The water bottle.
Yeah, this water bottle, which will go to...
I don't know why the game is programmed like this, but for these first 2 sets of 3 whirlpools, after you beat the Shogun, the whirlpool doesn't actually let you enter it until it's like moved 2 spaces, which is, you know, if you look at the task, the same thing happens to it, so it's not like human error.
The water bottle goes to Sarah Myers. And the next hourly prize will be Sanctum, which we'll get a picture of as soon as Jacket can put it up. And the donations for the Predator or Prey t-shirt, that again will be awarded at 1 a.m. And the bidding war for the Hammerhead Shark Finger Puppet continues. I think the new leader is going to be that $66 donation that we received.
And Sanctum, incidentally, is a first-person shooter tower defense combination game.
I've played it. It's pretty cool.
I actually like it. I think it's cool.
I haven't gotten to play it in a little while, but it's quite fun. And just to go over everything, right now Cypher continues his run of Super Mario RPG on our speedrun stream. And on our art streams, we have Mr. Q, Seal, Lagotrope, and Lucid, who will all be continuing through this hour. At the top of our page, we have a link to buy an exclusive limited edition Sea Wizard t-shirt for $12. Also, if you buy any other thing from the Sharksaver store besides the t-shirt, if you have an order over $50, then you can use the discount code SHARKSTREAM, all capital letters, for 10% off of that order. I think that's it for the hourly stuff. So, back to the speedrun.
So the reason why I kill myself here is that this game works in such a way that when you've saved, and then why did I block there? And then you game over somewhere, you keep all the experience you've gained since that save, and it also it resets to the coins you had for that save and the items you had and everything. So by killing myself here, going back to the save box I just saved at, I get all the experience I earned from these stars, and I keep the coins I paid for the bonus star. Oops, I left one there. That shouldn't matter though. Like I said, we used to do this 2 times, but we found out that only doing it once really doesn't change any of the boss battles significantly, like at all. The one that gets changed the most, I think, is the Axum Rangers. Other than that, usually it's like either the same or it adds on one more attack or whatever. Not a big deal. This part is pure luck, and you basically got to keep hitting the thing until you get the correct message. I don't know why they made it like that, because when you come here the first time, it's impossible to even access the treasure vault that you go to if you go down the shaft when it says it's past my bedtime. Where's... Oh, I don't have enough fright bombs. Or did I? I think I did, but whatever. Kind of want to save that for Zardragon.
I need to figure out what color the shark suit should be.
What's latex?
Latex can be like any color.
Yeah, I've been seeing some people around the community getting in here, trickling in over the course of the run. I see Drizzle, Murder by Death, Karaoke. What's up, guys? I'm sure more people are in here that I haven't seen.
Yeah, you're clearing 200, which is about 50 more than what we had around this time yesterday, I think.
Yep. And
No, we were rocking like 170 for most of yesterday.
yeah,
Oh.
and chat has 147 people in it right now.
Heck, we're getting like 80 people in the art streams.
Yeah, logistics has 60.
Heck, there are like 70 people watching logistics.
Yeah.
Yes, if the sprite hovers up and down, not if it moves. If a sprite moves, but it stays in the same position, then that doesn't matter. But if it actually hovers in the air, what am I doing? Then the window, or the period of time between windows changes. I'm going to blame that when I'm talking. Something I don't think I've really talked about before in this Mario RPG speedrun is that in the first screen of this area, that bee that kind of follows you around, I'll explain it after this. He has one of two directions that he can be moving in when that battle starts. And if he's moving in a certain direction, then you can jump onto that pipe and go down immediately without him hitting you. But if he goes in the bad direction, then you have to wait. And that's what you saw just there. Oh, what am I doing? Maybe I can luck out of 200. Oh, wow! I just got, I think, the maximum randomizer there. Generally, when you do one death abuse route, then you have to attack, which you know, and then attack with Bowser, because you can't do enough damage otherwise. But I think I got the maximum randomizer value for Bowser's attack there. And yeah, I don't think I explained the randomizers yet. So, basically, you know, this game does have some randomness. You know, a lot of elements in this game that are random in other RPGs aren't actually random. Like, the experience you get from level ups is always fixed. You get the same amount for every level up. You know, every particular level up every time. But this game does have some random aspects like, the amount of damage you'll do for normal attacks will depend on a weapon randomizer for any weapon that isn't the unarmed no weapon thing. And the weapon randomizer range depends on how powerful the weapon is. For more powerful weapons, the range will be bigger. So for example, Mario's normal hammer, the damage can vary. The damage before it gets multiplied for the timing aspect can increase by 1 or decrease by 1 from the base value, depending on the random number you get. And for the Ultra Hammer, it can vary by 7, plus 7 or minus 7. And there are a few weapons that have abnormally huge randomizers, which are the Frying Pan, the Lazy Shell, and the Masher. And yes, I do not get the Lazy Shell items in this run because, one, the cutscene to get them is longer than the time it would save. And two, the randomizer is so big that it's inconsistent. But really, number one is the primary reason. What's the game after this? FYI? Not FYI. By the way.
BTW. Let me pull up the schedule here.
I think it's Mega Man 2.
Gimmick.
Oh, Gimmick's next.
Yeah, Gimmick.
Everyone should stick around for Gimmick because if I don't botch it horribly, it's going to be a very exciting and action-packed run. But it's a very hard speed run, and there are things about it that if certain things don't go right, then it affects a lot of other stuff. And it's one of those games where if you screw up one trick, then you can lose a lot of time. Compared to other games where you kind of just lose time everywhere from inoptimal movement.
Fuck.
I'm super hyped to see a Gimmick run, though.
I will try to put on my best performance possible. Though I am going to warn, it is absolutely imperative for Gimmick that the first couple screens go correctly, because of the way the score and item drops work. If I mess up the first 2 screens, then I'll lose a lot of time throughout the rest of the run. So I normally wouldn't do this for a marathon, but I would like to, if I do screw up the first couple of screens, I'd like to reset. You'd be given 1 or 2 resets, try and get it correct.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Legs of the masses, hell yeah. See, Mario RPG even makes funny jokes about, art aesthetics. What other games really do that? Come on.
Now, I had always been under the impression that if you're... Okay, so it's only when he's looking right at you that you have to not be jumping.
Right.
Okay.
It's actually only that single time. Like, even right there where he does the fake out, he doesn't even check to see if you're jumping or not.
Huh.
It's only that one time where he looks at you for a long period of time that you have to be still. The feather is used in one battle and only in certain scenarios of that battle. So, if that battle was a little different, then I wouldn't pick up the feather, but it's useful enough to warrant the little, Mario cutscene that happens when you pick it up.